Alrighty, so for the second video for OTSE, second day working on it, I've gone ahead and I've kind of leaned towards setting up a battle system so that, we can actually fight. Last video we set up all the groundwork for most of the things that are going to go into this game, catching Pokemon, attacks or moves, a whole bunch of different stuff that came together, but wasn't really used together yet. In this video, I'm just kind of going to talk about how I brought some of that together, such as the stats, moves, Pokemon, all into the battle system so that you can actually fight against other players, potentially, NPCs, wild Pokemon, etc. So, I've set up a second little cube here, which is going to be the NPC facing downwards. Once we get sprites, we can kind of change that so we can tell which way he's looking. And as I cross into his field of vision, he's going to want to battle me, just like in the games. So we'll get in there, and it pulls me to this screen, which is a very, very low tech version of what you might recognize as the standard Pokemon battle screen. We have our Pokemon information here with our level 5 Squirtle facing the NPC's level 5 Charmander. Normally our Pokemon would be sitting here, their Pokemon would be over up here, so once we get sprites in there we can do that. And then on the bottom here, a very basic menu here, you can have some information or prompts saying what needs to be done. And then 4 button options, the Fight, Bag, Pokemon, and Run. Bag and Pokemon don't do anything right now. That's for a future session. The Run button does work. It will eject me from this fight, despite being a trainer fight, so we're going to have to tweak that a little bit so we can only run from wild encounters, but not from trainer battles in the future. And then the last of our 4 options is Fight, which takes us to another set of 4 options, which are the 4 moves that the Pokemon knows. And in this case, our Squirtle knows Tackle, Water Gun, Tail Whip, and Bite. In addition to setting up the battle system, I had to go in and kind of create the everything to do with stab and typing and calculating the damage based on all these different smaller little variables. So that's all in there now. I'm going to go ahead and tackle, and it should do about 5 damage. Yeah, 5 damage based on the current stats of our Pokemon. And then that was with a normal attack on a Squirtle, so no stab, no advantage on typing. But we're going to go ahead and use a Water Gun, which is going to give us both stab and the end type advantage over our Fire-type Charmander, which gives us a saucy 14 damage, 2 times the damage. So the initial damage would have been 7, just based on the power alone, and the current stats and level. And then after calculating stab and after calculating the stab and typing advantage, bumps us up to 14 damage. Then we have a third damaging attack, Bite, which is a dark type, no advantage over Charmander. If we use that, we get ourselves initial damage of 6, result damage of 6. No advantage, no stab, nothing. And I'd love to show it too. There is critical chance in here, but it's based on the actual game's default critical chance, which is 6.75% chance to hit. So I highly doubt I'm gonna hit it, but we'll go ahead and tackle, and probably just gonna give us another 5. Yeah, tackle and then Water Gun to finish it off. So that completes the fight. Now that trainer is lost. I cannot start a battle with him anymore. I've already beaten that one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Set up the battle system so it's working. I can complete a fight. I can reward experience now. The experience part's not linked in there yet because I'm lazy. That'll be a next session thing once we do the wild Pokemon encounters as well. And yeah, once we have a battle system, we have a control scheme, we can move around the world. I believe there's going to be 4 or 5 different parts to this to really bring the game together before adding in our voice controls. maybe including adding our voice controls. First one obviously is the moving around the world. We have that check, just got to put in some obstacles and block our path so we can only go certain ways. Second is our battle system. We have that partially completed. I'd say we have that a little over partially completed. It works, and it will work for both trainer battles and for wild encounters, which leads me into the third part, which is going to be wild encounters themselves, running into wild Pokemon, battling them, training, getting experience, EVs, and catching them, which is going to be very important when you're trying to build a team. Fourth one is going to be setting up those towns, so we got to get into buildings and talk to shopkeepers, buy some items, fill out our bag, buy some Pokeballs, and of course the good old Poke Center to heal up when we're low, or if we white out, where we respawn back at. And the fifth and final one is going to be that voice control. We really want to play around with it. But for now, take it slow and steady. That is the second video for OTSE, and I hope you stick with me and see what the final product is. Thanks for watching.